I come to you again from my living room floor because we thought I want to cuss, but we thought ish was real last year. we thought stuff was real last year, right? When we had just the virus. We thought that was real. We thought it was real. We thought, this is the worst that things can be, so and so. Then George Floyd happened. And then we thought that was the worst. We have racism, we have Black people dying for no reason, we have all these riots and the virus to deal with. That's clearly the worst. Unemployment at an all-time high. Then, now we're being, forced mandatory vaccinations for a lot of people. And kind of on both sides is the worst. Like, it's just like worse keeps going into worse. And I have, I would assume that most of the people who had to flee Afghanistan over the last weekend were not expecting what happened to their country to happen 3 months ago. I would assume most of those women now who are stuck there, who are in the midst of violent warriors, and y'all know what happens to women during war, which is a huge reason why I always said that feminism was so stupid, because it's almost like women don't realize what happens to us in other countries in warfare. But regardless of that, my message to the millennial Black woman, not even millennial, the modern Black woman, is we see what modern Black men truly think of us. We see what they think of us. We see that they see us as worthless. They see us as just basically objects to be used for sex, right? They are not going to protect us. We know that. We are aware of this. If you didn't know, you can go to any of the Men Go Their Own Way channels and find this information out. If push comes to shove, they are not protecting us. And most of the reason is because they are not protectors. But, if you are a modern woman, I'm not, but if you are a modern woman, it's mostly, I take back what I said before. If you're a modern woman, the reason that modern men will not protect you is mostly because of the way that we've treated them and the way that we speak about them, and really our general, the way that we come off in general. That modern, I keep saying we, but I'm not included in this, that modern women feel like they don't owe men anything, and they feel like men are good for nothing. And that kind of attitude against who is Black women's only allies is so poisonous for us to have. Us meaning Black women. Again, I'm not a modern woman, so I don't fit into that. But the reason that I'm making this video is because there was a video, and it was this woman in Afghanistan currently who was wearing Western clothing, and somehow she got, in the midst of her enemies, people who hate the Western world, the Taliban and Taliban supporters, and they straight up violated her. And no one was there to help her. There was no one to help her. And I am not foolish enough to believe that just like those people in Afghanistan did not expect for what happened so swiftly to happen so swiftly, just like they didn't expect that, I know that modern Black women are not expecting to need to protect themselves. How do I know this? Well, we have Lizzo, Cardi, and Meg Thee Stallion, and the City Girls, and all of these women who are more focused on getting a bag, shaking their ass, and trying to finesse men. And really, those women are kind of making themselves targets for these Taliban people, because I know that they hate them. I know they do. But my point is, if you are a modern woman and you find yourself in a situation where you are not married, or on the way to being married, and you are not under a man's protection, or you know that there is no man who, if push comes to shove and next month they are here, you need to be protected. You need to be protected for yourself, and you know, the likelihood of a modern woman having children is very high, so for yourself and for your children. If you don't have at least one gun, not pepper spray, not a taser, at least one gun, you've already lost. If you don't have 2 weeks of rations stored away in your cabinets and your cupboards and in different places in your house and other family members' house, 2 weeks per person in your household, not just 2 weeks of food for one person, but 2 weeks of food per person, and water, because you know, without water we die. 2 weeks of food and water per person. You've lost in a month. You know, in a month, let's say things do turn quickly. In a month, everything shuts down because them MF is here. I don't want to call them MFs, because if they see this, I don't want to be a target. I have nothing to do with what Americans do in the United States. If it was up to me, I would have been born somewhere in Africa, but I didn't choose that. So if push comes to shove and you need protection, you know you're not going to get it from these modern black men, because you've shown them what you think of them, and now they've shown modern women what they think of you. So you know you're not going to be protected by them. You need to protect yourselves. At least one gun. I would say at least, I would say to have 3 guns, and maybe have 2 of them be rifles. But we think that our people are so getting mad over stupid stuff, like what Lizzo's doing, what Lil Nas X is doing. Bro, these people took over a country in less than a week. Took it over completely. Are you ready? Even if that doesn't happen, would you be ready if you needed to? Can you run away? Can you run for 2 miles? You know, can you fast? Can you go without eating for a couple of days in order to save your rations or give your food to your children? You know, get off Instagram, get off Facebook, stop watching stupid makeup videos on YouTube. I already I made a video about, not buying stuff anymore. But stop spending your money on things that are not going to actually be useful in this time. We are in literally a time of war. And it's like Americans are acting like we're not. The vaccine, COVID, is the least of our concern right now. Or should be the least of our concern right now. We have border crises going on. We have planes coming from Afghanistan with people who was bum rushing freaking the airline and jumping on the plane from the tarmac, and even going to such lengths that some people died falling from those planes. You don't think that some people got mixed up in there that wasn't supposed to? You know? If you're not prepared, you need to prepare yourself. and you need to stop being entertained. Because Beyonce, not gonna get you out. If anything happens on this land, all those celebrities that y'all love so much, they be gone. They be gone. You think they gonna stay here and deal with this? No. If Instagram is even still a thing, if that were to happen, you would see them at their vacation homes fleeing this because they can and you can't. This is not the time to be playing, especially if you have children. This is not the time to be playing. That's really all I got. Protect yourselves. If you actually want guidance on like a full thing or full video that will give you, or at least tell you all the tools that you need to get in order to survive without the common conveniences that we have right now, a good video to watch is Emergency Preparedness Workshop by Stephen Darby. And it's on YouTube. And I think he also has, if I'm not mistaken, he should still have his website up. And that video might also be on there. But don't be caught out here lacking. Don't be caught out here lacking with what just happened so fast. And the fact that China and the Taliban are buddies. This seems all very suspicious, but to avoid being a target once again. Oh, and also delete TikTok.